That's all it is. I'm in fight camp. I'm not ashamed of being in fight camp. Take my shirt off.
Yeah, but the reality is, like, Xander's fat camp is not fat camp, right? And this body's been built over the last 3 or 4 years. So when we're in camp, we're in refining right now. We've chased the adaptation. He has what he needs. The tools are there. Now it's just about optimizing. And you'll see the session today. It's Wednesday. It's midweek. Somewhere he's probably grinding. Right now we're refining. We're getting better. We're fine-tuning. It's about rhythm and timing, making sure we're keeping this body healthy for what we got to do across in the ring. So he's exactly where he needs to be. We could go next week. You know, I think the proof is in the pudding, right? You'll see this body on fight night. He'll be ready to go. Hold, get square, extend, 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 hold, 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 hold. Come back in slowly, shift the hips from hands, attaboy.
Same focus, same hungerness, same dedication, same everything. Nothing changes. There's another fight. Most important fight of my career, but every fight is important. Nothing different. I gotta keep being who I am, stay true to myself, know what works for me.
Now you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested, so until then, you know, we just gonna keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's gonna test him.
We have Zayas versus Boots coming up. Who do you guys got for that fight?
I got Xander Zayas. I'm Puerto Rican. I gotta go with my culture.
I love Boots, but I got Xander too.
Do you?
I got Xander.
But why?
I grew up with the guy. I grew up in the amateurs with him in tournaments. He's always been my boy, so I got Xander.
Do you guys see it going knockout or decision though?
I got decision, but I feel like Xander can hurt Boots, but decision.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to
Joe Rogan has been making headlines with one of his boldest boxing predictions, yet while speaking to millions of fans. In widely shared footage, he confidently stated that Jaron Boots Ennis could be heading into a dangerous situation and may end up losing to Xander Zayas. Recent training clips suggest Xander is in outstanding condition and fully focused on turning the fight into a tough battle rather than allowing it to become another ordinary title defense. This is far more than a championship contest. It is a fight that could change both careers. According to one of the most talked about predictions online, Xander is prepared to reveal weaknesses in Boots and hand the undefeated star his first loss on June 27th.
Nothing new to me. Cameras, media, none of the talking is new to me. This is what I've been doing since I'm a kid. So now, just part of business. Gotta go out there, June 27th. We're gonna get in that ring, and it's gonna be me and him, nobody else. So it doesn't matter what nobody else says, or what he says, or what he thinks, and what he thinks is funny. Doesn't round me up at all.
The truth behind those viral podcast clips is a perfect example of how easily content can be manipulated online. The thumbnails claiming that a UFC star and a famous heavyweight boxer have predicted the downfall of an undefeated champion are entirely misleading. In reality, the facts paint a very different picture. Professional bookmakers and experienced bettors have Jaron Boots Ennis listed as a huge -600 favorite against Xander Zayas. While the online hype is trying to convince fans that Ennis is stepping into a dangerous trap, the betting market strongly supports the opposite view. Even so, there remains a genuine and undeniable sense of tension surrounding this fight that cannot be measured by odds or money alone.
When the odds came out, you were plus 230, and now you're plus 300, which means you're slightly more of an underdog than you were before, which means more people have been betting on draw.
Once you look past the clickbait, a remarkable piece of boxing history begins to stand out and has many longtime fans talking. Exactly 38 years ago, on the very same date of June 27th, a dominant and feared fighter entered the spotlight with a perfect 35-0 record. That fighter was Mike Tyson at the peak of his powers, and he destroyed Michael Spinks in a matter of moments. Now compare that to the upcoming event. Jaron Boots Ennis is set to fight on that same date while carrying the identical 35-0 record along with 31 impressive knockouts. Boxing communities across the internet have become fascinated by the coincidence. Fans are debating whether the date will mark the rise of another great champion, or if it could become the setting for a shocking setback for one of today's most dangerous punchers.
Yeah, our squad just, we real tight. We feel like really family oriented, and it just having a team and a squad like that, it's it's unstoppable, and I love having my team, my guys around me, and we push each other each and every day, and it's a blessing to have our team.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Just last one. Xander, were you surprised that Xander took the fight, being that he's unified and you're kind of this guy that people tend to kind of try to avoid a little bit? Were you surprised?
I mean, no, I ain't surprised. That's good for him. But them belts come back home to Philadelphia, and you're gonna hear it in the new, on this Saturday.
Yeah, Joanne, appreciate your time, but
While many fans remain focused on historical coincidences, a much more tangible threat has emerged behind the scenes. Pound-for-pound star Terrence "Bud" Crawford has officially joined forces with Xander Zayas and is helping guide his preparation for the fight. Zayas has used this partnership throughout the media tour to build confidence and increase the mental pressure on his opponent. He has projected a fearless attitude at every opportunity and appears determined to challenge his rival psychologically long before the opening bell rings.
Heard you say Boots is flat-footed as well.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is flat-footed. I mean, he knows it.
He does?
I feel like he does. I mean,
I'm going to ask him tomorrow. He'll be here tomorrow.
Ask him.
What do you think he says when I ask him that?
He might say
he's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I have flat foot.
No, I don't think so. I think he'll say I have better footwear than he does.
Yeah.
I bet he'll say that.
You think so?
No. I mean, yes. I think he'll say that. Yes.
So what do you think? How does this play out?
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win like I always do.
Are you envisioning a stoppage?
To be honest, I'm ready to go 12 rounds if I need to. I'm ready to take advantage of the opportunities. I already envision all the opportunities I can take advantage of, and I visualize them and I see them every night. As I go to sleep, every mistake that I can do, every good thing that I can do, I try to see everything. I try to, play everything out in my head. Like sometimes I wake up drenched in sweat because I was literally like in the fight in the middle of my sleep. Yeah.
Does that always happen, or
it always happens?
Okay.
It always happens. It's something that is like a ritual. I feel like for me, like I always gotta visualize the fight before it happens and see how it plays out, good and bad ways. And so, obviously.
As for Ennis, he has refused to be drawn into the mind games. He openly brushed aside the partnership and confidently stated that Crawford can provide all the world-class guidance he wants during training. However, when the fight begins, Crawford will not be the one stepping into the ring. It is a strong show of confidence from Ennis, but completely overlooking the impact of a fighter with Crawford's level of skill and knowledge could prove to be a risky decision.
Seeing what Terrence did not that long ago, did that give you motivation? Because it feels like for the longest time people were questioning him, doubting him. He wasn't getting the big opportunities, the big fights. Do you see yourself in his journey a little bit as well?
I mean, I got my own journey. I just, and we just getting started. I accomplished good things at 147. I was lineal champion. Undisputed. Unified lineal champion at 147, and now we at 54. I have the WBA interim right now at the moment, but I'm looking to be 2-weight division world champion, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna collect all these belts too as well.
The psychological battle has been driven by a harsh and persistent narrative across social media aimed at questioning the legitimacy of the favorite's success. For years, critics have claimed that Boots built his reputation by taking advantage of a size edge at 147 pounds. They argue that he stayed comfortable in Philadelphia while protecting his unbeaten record against opponents they viewed as smaller and less proven.
One thing you said that caught my eye was that you said that Boots is basically a weight bully, that all his time at 147, a lot of his success you seem to imply that was because he was bigger than a lot of these guys. Why do you believe that?
He was. I mean, look at Stanionis, look at all the guys that he faced at 47. He was way bigger, way more athletic than all these guys. And they go in there thinking or knowing, okay, like once it hit me, I don't want to get hit no more, that's it, And you got a guy that is as big as you, is as athletic as you, and is as hungry as you. It's a whole different story.
You disagree?
Most definitely. The bigger they are, the harder they fall every time. And like I said, he gonna see on fight night for sure. And like I said, I took my head off to him, but June 27th, belts come back home with me, guaranteed.
All right. Told you, that was the last time we'll touch him.
I'll touch him again. All right.
Last time you see them as close, it's gonna be this.
I'm gonna take them regardless, guaranteed. Straight like that.
I'm glad you think that way. That's the way you gotta think.
I know.
That's the way you gotta think.
It's not the way I know.
That's the way the last guy thought. That's the way the guy before that
those
thought.
guys. Stop comparing me to them guys. I'm not that. I don't fight nothing like them guys.
All right.
And like I said before, I would have fought them same two guys he just fought. The whole world would be bashing me.
Yeah.
For sure. That's how you know I'm at a different level. And I'm gonna show them there's really levels to this boxing game. Like I said, a solid fighter. Solid fighter for sure. Getting better, but I'm gonna just be too much for him. All this is gonna be too much for him. It's too much. This pay-per-view.
What do you mean all
first
this?
tour, everything,
All this?
all this stuff is gonna be too much for you.
I've done it before.
That's cool. It's different when you put it with doing with somebody else that's bigger, better.
That perceived physical advantage disappears in this unification fight as the action moves up to the junior middleweight limit of 154 pounds. Ennis is stepping into the ring against a naturally larger champion, and reports suggest that Zayas can weigh close to 190 pounds between training camps. The significant size difference removes much of the physical edge that critics claim Ennis has enjoyed in the past. As a result, many analysts are raising a major question. How will he perform when size is no longer viewed as one of his biggest advantages inside the ring?
Even though Xander is bigger, but he's a big guy shrinking down. It takes a lot out of Xander to make that damn weight. That's gonna be his downfall in this fight too. He gonna run out of juice. You know, I went back and I watched that, I think, Teixeira fight. He hit Teixeira with everything. Teixeira was right there just like, this ain't shit. I've been hit harder than this. Like, Xander don't hit hard. And one thing you gotta know about Boots is that if you don't hit hard, he not gonna respect you. He not. He willing to walk through that shit. He willing to take it on the chin just to get his in. That's Boots. Boots ain't gonna never change that. It's like, it tick Boots off when he get hit. It's like, who was it? Antonio Diaz used to tell me, you know, I gotta get hit first. Before getting hit activate me. Well, that's the same.
That very question has top analysts and respected trainers studying the footage in great detail. Many of them believe they have identified serious weaknesses in the favorite's defensive style. Boxing experts such as Tim Bradley have warned that when Ennis becomes overly eager to finish an opponent, he can start taking unnecessary risks. In his effort to produce an exciting knockout and entertain the fans, he sometimes drops his defensive discipline and creates large openings that a skilled opponent could potentially take advantage of.
Thing that I see, and this is for Boots, when I watch on the film. You know, Boots, we all know, he gets hit. Yeah. A lot of people saying, yeah, he gets hit because he's aggressive. No, he gets hit because he has some technical flaws. He does. Absolutely. But he gets hit with left hooks. And guess what, Punch? And this is all the stuff that Xander is saying as well. This is all the stuff he's saying. He gets hit with left hooks. He's right, he does. Sometimes he pulls straight up. Sometimes he crosses his feet, then steps in the range. Sometimes he jabs, he leaves himself out there. He gets hit with the left hook. You know, he does. He gets with the left hook. And Xander Zayas, that's his favorite punch.
This is the precise opportunity that Zayas and Crawford have reportedly been preparing for throughout their training. Zayas is known as a disciplined and patient fighter who excels at taking advantage of those kinds of errors. If Boots becomes too aggressive and starts reaching with his punches, Zayas has the ring awareness and dangerous left hook needed to make him pay for those mistakes. The strategy is built around using the aggressor's attacking style against him and turning one of his greatest strengths into a potential weakness.